What is up, guys? This is Anthony, aka BadBomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the DC Multiverse Two Face. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figure is showcased in the new DC Multiverse window box packaging. Turning the box around, we can see an image of the Connect Clayface figure, and on the left, all the other pieces from this wave. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. And here's Two Face out of the box. And man, this is another very cool figure from the DC Multiverse. Now I know not everyone is a fan of this particular Two Face design, but I am. I love this concept and actually really love the color scheme, and overall this is a very cool Two Face figure. But before we take a closer look at the figure, let's take a look at the accessories. So Two Face does come with a decent amount of accessories. Starting off, he comes with the upper torso piece for the Connect Clayface figure, multiple interchangeable hands, and 2 pistols. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a closer look at Two Face. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at Two Face. Now this, in my opinion, is a very cool figure for a lot of reasons. Now this design not everyone is used to, but if you're a comic book reader like me, this is actually the Rebirth Two Face. This is actually from the All Star Batman comic books, so if you're aware of those books, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, and you'll actually really appreciate this version of Two Face. That's very, very cool. So let's check out the figure now. In my opinion, he's awesome. Again, I love this particular design. Not everyone does. I think it's pretty rad. I love the colors of suits that he's wearing. It's almost like this pinkish, reddish suit with black pants, black shirt. I love his thin, wow, I cannot talk today. His pinkish colored tie. What's very cool about this, and you might not be able to tell too much on my camera, but it is actually almost like a translucent plastic, which is very nice. So it has a nice shimmer to it, so it almost makes it seem like it's a real silk tie. I like how the effect that they got with that, so I think that's very, very cool. I love how they pulled that off. The head sculpt looks great. I do dig this. You got his one side right here with his kind of like comb back, long slick back hair. Looks very, very good. The eyes look fantastic, and then on this side is where you have all his burned face and all that muck and oh my god, it's pretty gnarly from what you can tell right here. So you can see his red eye. You have like these veins and muscles showing. You can even see the back of his skull is a little burned from the scalp and whatnot. All very, very cool. I'm pretty sure at some point we've seen this particular buck as far as like a suited figure before in the DC Multiverse or DCUC. I'm not 100% sure if it's like all new sculpt and whatnot. I could be wrong. So if you know for a fact this is used in another figure, please comment and let me know so I have a better idea. But overall, I think this is very, very cool. The shoes are a very nice gloss black. Very, very cool. I just love this design in my opinion. Very, very cool. I do like the fact that he comes with different accessories. So first and foremost, he does come with some pistols. He comes with 2 pistols like this. I think those are a very cool design. I kind of like how they cut the trigger hole off. It makes it a little easier for it to slip on over the trigger hands, so you can get that into this hand like so, and fit that on right there. Then we get the other trigger hand, put the gun on there like so, like that, and boom, now you got some dual wielding pistols, which I think is pretty rad. That's a very cool look. Usually, I don't think we've ever gotten a Two Face with 2 pistols. You know, there's quite a bit of other Two Face figures where we just get the 1. But this guy just means a little more extra business, so he uses the 2 pistols. Again, I could be wrong if they have other Two Face figures with multiple pistols, but correct me again. But I just think that's very, very cool how we got that on there. And the guns, the sculpt of the guns are fairly simple for the most part. They're fairly plain. Not crazy detail. They are molded in just that simple black, but it does get the point across, and I think it's very, very cool that we even got that. What's also awesome, his hands are interchangeable, so you can pop off this hand just like that, and I love this new peg system that Mattel is doing for the wrists. Very, very sturdy. My only problem with these is that they don't have a hinge, but you can swivel them in certain figures. So, but what's really cool is we get these open palm hands like this. Now with this one right here, you can actually see the coin in his hand. Now there's no extra detail on that one from what I could tell. It just seems to be like a simple silver type of coin in the palm of the hand, which is pretty awesome. But then we also get this one right here. Now as you can see, that's his like bad side of the coin because it is all scratched up and marked and whatnot. So that's the side of the coin that you don't want it to land on when crossing Two Face. That's just very, very cool that we got interchangeable hands like that with the different display options. And you can just peg that in right there in that wrist, and there you go. Now it looks like he's actually holding the coin in his hand. I just think that's very cool how they did that. I love the fact that they give us both options of having, you know, either sides of the coin. That's very, very cool. Again, I don't think we've ever gotten that with the Two Face figure. I apologize. I cannot talk whatsoever in this video for some reason. But again, that's, like I said, very, very cool. If I am wrong, correct me in the comments yet again. So let's check out the articulation, because it is pretty cool for the most part. The head is on a ball joint. Does roll around a tiny, tiny bit. Does turn left and right. Up, not so much. Down, not so much. Not really a pivot at all. Arms can go full 360. Up and out very far. I mean, look at that. Straight out. But since that hinge goes all the way out to like the bottom of the shoulder, you can go out, but then all the way up more. So that's a lot of motion there, which is very nice. Rotate at the bicep. Single bend at the elbow. Swivel at both wrists. Again, no hinges at the wrist. We do get a cut. Ab crunch. That goes crunch forward about that much. Back about that far, which isn't great. We do get a waist swivel. Hip joints that kick forward, only about that much, not crazy good. Back about that far. Can do the splits very, very well. I noticed maybe it's because of this suit type of body with these pants. It is more in that like DCUC T-joint kind of thing going on, so that's not terrible. It kind of suits this figure. Suit, get it? Yay. Anyways, terrible jokes. Rotate at that thigh just above the knee, just like so. Single bend at the knee, which works pretty good for the most part. We do get an ankle joint that's very, very tight, that goes up and down, and it seems like we do get a little bit of ankle rocker, not a whole ton, but it does seem like there's a little bit there, which is okay. So overall, again, I think this is actually a really cool Two Face figure. If you're not a fan of this particular design, chances are you're not going to like the figure. I am. I just happen to really love the look of this particular design. I love his color scheme. I love the comic book that it's from. Again, the fact that he's coming with two pistols. I love the interchangeable hands with those coins and whatnot. I think that's so, so rad. So if you can find this piece, I highly suggest him, because he is definitely a must-get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Captain America figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And for your multiverse comparison, here he is standing next to the 3 other figures from this wave that I've already previously reviewed. And just for fun, here he is standing next to little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the DC Multiverse Two Face. Now overall, I really do think this is a great figure. If you're not a big fan of this design, then I can understand not really liking him, especially if you don't read the comic books. But I do love this design, especially reading the Rebirth All Star Batman books. You will absolutely appreciate this version of the character so much more. I think he's got a great sculpt, really good paint, and I do love his accessories. Those 2 pistols and those interchangeable hands with the coins just put him over the top, and if you love Two Face like I do, then this figure is definitely a must-get. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.